Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes?
I don't know. Why do you have to be ugly? Yeah, that's right. Words hurt, buddy.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Recap Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at set number 8986, Vastus. The set contains approximately 52 pieces, was released in the summer of 2009, and during time of release was approximately $13. Alright everyone, here we are with another Glatorian legend, this time the snake-adorned Vastus. Before we get into the review, let me get my disclaimer out of the way. Just because there are pros and cons in this video doesn't necessarily mean they are my personal opinion. I do my best to make these videos as objective as possible, and as such, any and all comments should be taken as either community opinions or objective facts about the set I can represent on camera. So please, unless I explicitly say so, do not assume that any comments in this video are my personal opinion. Okay? Okay, let's get into the review. So here we have him, the first Glatorian of the Jungle Tribe. And now a little bit of backstory. Vastus is the first Glatorian of the Jungle Tribe. He fought in the Core War, so he's a veteran of that. And he has a really cool weapon. So there you go. He helped train Gresh. So, you have that, at least. Let's go ahead and get into some recolors. Trying to think here. See, I can't speak confidently for the majority of these pieces, because I'm fairly certain we've got them all before. The feet, I'm fairly certain we haven't had before in the solid green. I'm pretty confident those are new. And the shoulder, the knee armor. If that didn't come out in Lesovic, then it did come out here. So, you have that. New pieces, let's get into that, because that's a lot easier to discern. Oh, wait, recolor. Okay, the tube. It's transparent and it has green through the middle. So, there we go. Okay. New pieces. So the new pieces are obviously enough this staff piece. This is one large chunk, and we can see it looks kind of like a snake and has this large fang. So it's a really neat snake motifed scythe. It is really cool. A lot of people really do enjoy that. We do have the helmet, and man, the snake imagery is just massive. Like a snake, two fangs is coming down. Kind of look at the side. So there's a new helmet piece. We do have this new shoulder armor here, and well, guess what it is? It's snakes. A lot of snakes. Now, what's very interesting is what's behind the shoulder armor. Is we have this little thing here. And this is a new piece. This is, of course, obviously enough, this kind of long leg extension or arm extension, but all the sockets and one axle are on the side, so that you can do things like this. It's really interesting. Here, it debuts in dark green. However, it is in other sets in other colors. And so there is that. That's really about it as far as new pieces are concerned. That's Vastus. So let's go ahead and get into the pros and cons and all the issues and what people do and do not like. Right out of the gate, people do like his motif and his color scheme. The color scheme is similar to Gresh's. So, the dark green and then the lime green. And people have no issue with that. We do see he has a little bit more silver than usual. The Thornax launcher on his staff goes up, more silver at the top here. And people really do like that motif. It really works. He's long, he's spindly, and he has all the snake armor and detailing. On the back, we do have the counter, and I will go ahead and get into this at the end of the season with the 2009 overview, so we will go over the game and how the counters play into that. The other function would be this Zamor launcher. Goodness, here I go again. Thornax launcher. Oh, come on. There we go. Goes a little something like that. Then you go ahead and bring that up and put it right back in. So it does work. So the functionalities are fairly standard. As far as the build is concerned, and subsequently the mobility, the posability, there we go. Good job, me. He is standard, sure. The articulation, 3 points in the arms and the legs, and one in the head, which is normal. However, build-wise, the arms and legs are fairly simplistic. They're really simple. However, he does have a modification to his torso. As we can see here, it's much shorter than usual. And not a lot of people like that. Because the issue is that he has a very short torso, and then he has really long legs and arms, and it makes him look really strange. So people are really perturbed that he has a shorter torso. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to people. And that being the case, it is much harder to notice if you have him in some sort of defensive battle pose, kind of like this, or something similar. So there is that. His chest armor's essentially non-existent. It's pretty much just that, and it causes some gaps, as you can see right there. He does have some gaps in other places, specifically these legs. Now let's talk about the legs for a little moment. Good job, me. I'm just on a roll tonight. So the legs are Hordika legs, and when the set was released, people had a massive issue with that leg piece. Because it's long, not a lot of people liked it, not a lot of people liked the Hordika, and a lot of that was due to this piece, because it's spindly, it's really gappy, it's oddly, it has these weird contusions and shapes and angles, and it just didn't really belong or fit in anything. And so now Vastus has them. Now one could argue, well, it's because he's old or a snake or something like that, but people still have a lot of issue with that piece. Another problem people have would be with the staff. Not how it looks, actually, just how it functions. You see, because of the new handpiece, he has to be holding his staff kind of like this. Kind of like that, and that's fine. Except it makes posing, realistic posing, a little bit of an issue. It poses a problem. Because how are you going to shoot this? You can shoot it, kind of like that. Just like that. But that's not very interesting. You could, do this bit, kind of arc it up, kind of like that. But then his hands are at really, really weird angles. As you can see, it's like, gosh darn, it's just not working. So it looks really awkward, and people really don't like that. Now, you can split it apart, of course, but I digress. And people still do like the staff. They do like the staff piece. Some people would have preferred if the axle had been a little bit longer. It likely would have helped with that mobility. So over on the back here, it's rather unarmored. We do have this little backpack for the counter, and that's what it is. We also have this piece that's just completely open. And we also have these right here. Now, maybe I built the set wrong, and if I did, I'm going to hear about it. But I never really understood the reason for these. Maybe this was before the time they had, they had just had those new pieces. I don't know the name of them, but they're small gray. They've been used in a lot of 2016 sets. It was in Lewa Master. So these are there. They don't really do anything. They kind of just fill space. So there is that. And again, color scheme wise, he's rather consistent. Obviously, he does have the blue pins. No red axles, though. So he's pretty free and clear of that. All in all, that's really Vastus. And back when he was released, not a lot of people liked him, and to this day, I don't really think a whole lot of people do. He has a lot of odd proportions, weird piece usage, posing can be quite a problem. He's not that easy to pose, and the dynamic poses that you could get with him if the staff were longer or one-handed are limited because of this handpiece. But what do you guys think? Do you like Vastus? Do you like Gresh a little bit more? Feel free to let me know either in the comments below or on the TTV message boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. Thank you all very much for watching, and join me next time when I go over the second Glatorian of the Water Tribe, Kina. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all then.